what was it, Mahogany Styles?
Mahogany Styles.
Yo, tell them what's going on right here. Y'all be doing this thing right here on the regular?
All day, 922 Big Bethel Road, Mahogany Styles.
You just have to take care of yourselves. Nobody's going to do it for you. They're going to just keep prescribing you medication after medication to keep putting money in their pocket. You're not their loved one. They don't care about you that much. You have to care about yourself and your inner organs and what's going on with them. Okay? Any questions?
I have a question.
Okay, wait a minute.
When you say drink, are you talking about raw, straight like kale? Are you talking about juicing or putting it in a blender mixing with smoothies? Is that what you?
When I talk about the greens, I'm talking about blending them or eating them in a salad or just eating them green raw. Everything is always raw for the body. You don't need to cook anything. The frying pan was invented. There's nothing you can do with that, okay? So when you're juicing, blend your juices because you get more fiber, you get more nutrients when it's blended opposed to the juicer.
What are your thoughts on the naked juice in the stores like Fresh Market, Farmers Market?
Well, anything you see on TV is sold to you for profit. They're not your friend. They're a big business. If you hear this, don't eat it. If you can twist the top off, that means you didn't create it yourself. Don't eat it. It's not good for you. I'm going to get paid for that if it's my company. That's all that's about. So stop watching TV. Start doing some research for your lives, for your heart, for your liver, for your kidneys. Those are the reasons you should wake up in the morning to feed those organs. Okay? Because without them, you wouldn't be here. It's over. So you build them up. You just always constantly want to build your bodies up so that you can feel young, look vibrant, and everything. Just always looking good because that's what we really want. We always want to feel good, and we all want to look good. I can look at you all and see that. Okay? Any other questions?
I actually do. You will have the alkaline water here for sale. How does that work? Do you refill bottles?
Okay, well, tomorrow at the lecture, we are going to have an alkaline speaker there. She'll be speaking, and she sells machines also.
Oh,
Okay.
Already. You need to have like a plumber install it?
No. I think they plug it up to your sink or something like that. She would know.
It's different types of machines that you can get. They can run pretty expensive. If you get like the Kagan ones, if you get like the Renew, especially during this time of the year, spring is coming around, it really does lighten your spirit and allow you to move forward and get things with clarity. And that's, as us as a people, we need to think with clarity because we're bombarded with so much. And a lot of people are like, oh, I can't do it, it's going to be expensive, but it really is not. You know, if you don't know what dandelion leaves are, I can tell you where you can get them. You can get them right up here in Denby at the Asian supermarket.
Well, they're not organic, so
they're not organic?
I want you to always get your greens organic, and you can get those from Fresh Market.
Fresh Market, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're not organic. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So you want to keep it organic, being that you're not gonna spend very much, and this is a multivitamin that you should have daily. Okay.
But the other part was with the whole detox, the exercise is very important too. We don't take time to just, whether it's physical exercise, whether it's yoga. I'm a yoga instructor. One of my sisters is in here. We just became yoga instructors. It's another way to help your body balance itself out, your mind balance itself out, to kind of get yourself stretched out a little bit if you're not one of those people that wants to go to the gym and all of that. So just encouraging people, like Karen said, to get out there and do something to better yourselves because we're just bombarded with so many pollutions and made to think that it's okay. You know, if it's in a bag, if it's in a can, if it's wrapped up, it ain't good. It's got preservatives, and preservatives pollute your body. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else want to share what's going on in their lives? No? Okay, well, anybody in here into finance? No?
I know we need
yes,
some.
we do. We have someone in here in finance. Share something with us, please.
Okay. Well, one of the things that Sister Karen just shared with us all was about how we have these life stresses. And I'll tell you my story a little bit. I'm like that A-type personality, go, 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 do, get. Okay, so I started on that path and continued on that path and married an older man who said, oh, she's young and she can keep doing it, so let her keep doing it. So we acquire this and we acquire that and we acquire this and we acquire that. All those things cost money. And money leads to stress, because you need money, so you're gonna work and you're gonna do more work and you're gonna do more work. So got more degrees, work more jobs, more money, more bills. The more things you get, the more things you wanna get. And the more I worked, the harder it just wasn't working. And I realized it was just too stressful, until my body got to the point where one day it said, I'm not doing it. I went to get up one morning and I said, okay, it's time to get up, let's go. And my body did not move. And it did not move. It wouldn't move. I had to call someone to come and help me get up, because my body said, I'm done. So at this point, I'm an independent contractor. If I don't work, I don't get paid. Okay, so life is about to get more stressful. And it did. It got a whole lot more stressful. And I was trying to figure out, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to do all of these things? And it was a very spiritual moment, because God said, be still and be quiet. So I got still and I got quiet, and information started coming to me from people. And one of the things that I loved hearing Brother Umar say today was, don't believe anything I say, do your own research. So people were saying things and information was coming to me, and I was taking it in and not believing anything that anybody was saying, but I was going to do my own research. One of the things that I needed to research was, how was I going to keep my house and my car and managing all of this debt that I had without one day, while I'm trying to heal and get better, somebody coming to me and saying, okay, it's time for you to get up and get up out of here. So information's coming to me. I'm not listening to anybody. I'm doing my own research. And through my own research, and just by the grace of the universe, I am now completely, absolutely, positively debt-free. I have a beautiful 500,000 square foot house that is mine, clear and free, because information was coming to me. I didn't believe anything anybody was saying. That don't sound right. That sounds criminal. But I did my own research. And basically, I became my own lawyer. I became my own financial advisor. I became my own person. I became my own information provider. Because you can get information, and information is just that. It's just information. But you have to put a value to it. What's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad, what's going to work for you, because what works for somebody else it wasn't going to necessarily work for me. And so through a process, through trial and error, through learning over time, I relieved myself of the largest debt I had ever had. I remember when I first went to get my car, the man said, this is one of the biggest debts you're going to ever have. And I was like looking at the car note and looking at the big payment, like, yeah. And then when I went to get my house, I was like, that man lied to me. He really did. That was not the largest debt I ever had. This thing right here is. But over a process of about 3 years, my own research, not believing anything anybody said, doing my own research, and going through a process, I relieved myself of the biggest debt I've ever had. And you want to talk about freedom and liberation? Let me tell you, I told you I was married to an older man. We got divorced. I had to pay him out. My mortgage was $6,000 a month. $6,000. That was just the mortgage, not the taxes, not to heat the place, which I wasn't doing anyway. I was just heating me wherever. 5,000 square feet. Come on, baby, come with me. Bathroom to the kitchen. You don't heat a house. You heat when you have that much space. Okay. That's just talking about just not even the bare necessities. You know, and I said, I've got to find a way to get from under this. God help me. And information came. And I said, be quiet and be still. Do your research and you will be free. And I have a level of freedom. I was an independent, I was a consultant for other companies. They were making $200 to $500 an hour off of me. I decided I was going to go do that myself, of course, because of this and this. They wasn't going to give me $200 or $500, but they gave me some good money, but it still was never enough. No matter how much money I made, I always still needed to make money. And I was praying, how can I experience the greatest freedom that I've never had? The freedom to be able to say, oh, Karen, I'll be down. What you got on your plate? Nothing. Because I don't have to go anywhere or do anything if I don't want to. How can I do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, when I want to do it, why I want to do it, whenever, if I want to do anything at all? And now today, I have that freedom. So I'm an information provider. Do not believe anything I say. I will share information with you. And do not believe anything I say. Do your own research, and you too can find the same level of freedom that I found.
Thank you. We also have another chef that's going to talk to you a little bit about the acid and alkaline diet. Okay, so this is Adam Dre, and he's going to begin.
How y'all doing? Brothers and sisters. My name is Atum Dre, and what started me on this journey was my mother had diabetes and ulcers, and I couldn't look at her suffer. So I started doing homework and research, and I stumbled upon this man who he's a brother. His name is Dr. Sabi. He's the only man in history who challenged the Supreme Court for curing blindness, leukemia, sickle cell, diabetes, herpes, AIDS, and other cancer diseases. The only way he could win, he had to bring in 9 people showing that they had it and no longer have it from certified doctors. He brought in 77 people from around the world. But like he said, they still won, meaning they're called Europeans or Caucasians, however you want to look at it, because they own everything. But anyway, to make a long story short, I stumbled upon, I met him in '96, not knowing why he came into my life, but he came into my life for a reason. So once I started doing homework, research, and I said, okay, boom, I'm going to try this with my mother. But I couldn't tell my mother she couldn't be eating no meat, no dairy, and no soy. And I got a Chick-fil-A sandwich in my mouth. So I had to say, okay, I had to look at myself in that mirror. Michael Jackson told you, look at yourself in the mirror, all right? So I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, we do a lot of this. We do a lot of this, but we don't do a lot of what we talk about. So I said, when I'm gonna get in my bed with her to say, let me see if this man's stuff work before I say, it don't work. And I cheated a little bit. Let me go all the way 100. So, in incurring her, we were reversing her, however you want to look at it, healing her, and I have the paperwork to prove it. I got rid of her diabetes in 1 month. I got rid of her ulcers in 2 months. She was throwing up every day behind an ulcer. So once I figured that no virus, germ, or bacteria, which is the manifestation of what? Diseases, live in an alkaline environment, I said, oh. So once I healed my mother, the doctors wanted to talk to me. So I went up there and talked to them. They said, man, whatever you did for your mother, continue to do it. I said, I will. So I said, Doc, but I got one question for you. I said, who is the founder of medicine? He said, he got to say, he said, Hippocrates. I said, you're absolutely right, according to what we've been told. I said, but I got one question. What did he use to heal people? He said he used herbs. Okay, Doc. Now, listen. If you took an oath under this man's studies to become a physician or a doctor, how come he used herbs to heal and you using chemicals and medicine to treat? So we gotta ask this question, and I started scratching my head. But I said, Doc, I ain't gonna let you stop right there, because he couldn't answer it. So I said, Hippocrates didn't just wake up and say, today I want to start healing people with herbs. He had to learn that from somewhere. Where did he learn it from? He learned it from home, our motherland, from a man named Imhotep. So once a racist man named Paralysis, you can Google him, found this out, he said, we're not going to use no black man's way of method of healing. We're going to create our own. And he created chemicals. And guess what he did? He died at the age of 48 at the hands of his own chemicals. And guess what we're doing today? We're still dying of chemicals. So, again, like I told my mother, I said, you believe in God? She said, yes. I said, you said God is all-knowing, right? She said, yes. Well, in 3 books inside the Bible, he mentioned that he created herbs for the healings of the nation. That's your first book, which is Genesis. He even put it in the middle book, Ezekiel. He even put it in the last book, Revelation, just in case we missed it. And guess what we still do? We run right to man-made drugs and take it. So, with that being said, is I formed a company called Alkaline Gourmet, because it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out what this. And I went back to the connection of our ancestors, because we lost connection. So I found out what we did before slavery, before our invasion, how we lived, how we ate. So once I figured out, because it healed me too, because I was chemically imbalanced. And when I mean chemically imbalanced, I had a rage, anger. Don't know why. I wasn't raised that way. And sometimes I would make the wrong decision. Sometimes I make the right decision. Why? They told me when I was coming up, they told me drugs make me do bad things. Drugs mean cocaine, opium, heroin. But we gotta use our common sense again and say, opium by itself don't do nothing to you. Coca leaves by itself don't do nothing to you. They have to add a chemical to it. So I won't know none of these things, and I still did bad things and made bad decisions. So what was my excuse? I know a lot of people who I came up with that are in jail, gone, shot people, stabbed people. Why? They won't know none of that stuff. What was their decision? So I ask you this question again today. If that is an addictive substance, stop eating meat right now. Okay? Most of us can't. It's an addictive substance. And it creates you to be chemically imbalanced to not see. So this is why sometimes I did something good and something bad.
What's up, big guy?
It's just a chemical imbalance. Once you cleanse yourself properly, meaning cleansing all your organs, not one. And the only way you can do that is through an intracellular cleansing, and you're done. Okay. All right? So thank y'all for listening, and I look forward to seeing y'all again. All right? Thank you.
Okay. Life, liberty, prosperity. Yet another decree stolen from you and me. The ancestors of the Nile Valley left us other messages too, like let food be your medicine, and let your medicine be food. Why is food and drugs under the same administration? They putting drugs in the food to keep money accumulating now. They like to call it additives and preservatives, slowly killing everybody that purchase it. Can you pronounce what's on the back of the label? Then that shit we need to keep off our dinner table now. The food is what's fueling these diseases, paying rich doctors all these medical fees, but they never cure you, they just keep you in need, cut you open for surgery and let your pockets bleed. See, we got away from what we used to eat. We forgot we were kidnapped and forced to eat meat. We ate from the earth, so we communicated with it. We cut the conversation, now check the situation. See, blacks the leaders in heart disease, cancer. We give them money like pills is the answer. Damn, I'd be wrong if I didn't pass the info. Hormones in the food got you thinking like a nympho. Wonder why all these young girls so thick, like a baseball player. Steroids is it. They got it in the vegetables, the fruit, the meat, and all the fast food they be selling in the street. It's a war going on, and our diet must reflect it. We all got the power, we just gotta direct it. Neglected never. Refer to the better nature that Hotep's the father of medicine.
Come on, son. Warning. Side effects may include bloating of the brain cells, activation of dormant DNA, third eye vision, and subsequent loss of religion. Propensity to use words like crack or smart hat. Please consult the metaphysician before ingesting. Yeah.
Wow.
You keep trusting the enemy with your well-being. Black man, black woman, what is it you're not seeing? deaf, dumb, blind, and sick, all the while slaving to keep them rich. Wake up and read the label.
Tell that cracker keep them crumbs on his table. Check this.
All the doctors get a financial kickback. They diagnose you, prescribe this, prescribe that. Never once mention any side effect. The pharmaceutical company keeps sliding them checks. Yo, they falsifying tests so you'll believe you got the bug. Tax you monthly to keep you buying drugs. Try to pass natural remedies to your people in the slums. The FDA is suit up, come after you with guns. Medicinal mobsters, all about the funds. A country on drugs, keep the population dumb. We got the information, but what we gonna do? Die from mad cow or the avian flu? I try so hard to stay away from man-made. Wrong foods, revert mentality back to slave. Fluoride in your water just to make you behave. Wrong food, revert mentality back to slave. Black community filled up with stop, shop, and save. Wrong food, revert mentality back to slave. We gotta grow our own food, agriculture's our trade. Wrong food, revert mentality back to slave.
Wrong food will revert your mentality black to slave. Pan-Africanism. This is protected by the red, the black, and the green. With the key, sissy. Fist up, y'all. Fist up, y'all. Fist up, y'all. Take this back, y'all. We say sound, y'all. We say sound, y'all. We say sad, y'all. We say sound with y'all. And say love all y'all. What's up? We love all y'all. Down is down, we love all of y'all. Down is down, we survive the bullshit science has been here. Straight up, they can't stop the realness.
Street Hype, we done did like a 2-day event. We got one more day to go, right?
Yes.
And let everybody know about Guru. Is that how you say it?
Yes, Guru.
That's right.
Guru teaches you how to feed your organs, bring your sick body back to life. And the way that I do that is going green.
Yes, I was seeing some of your recipes in your book. You also had juicing in there as well, right?
Yes.
Now, you were saying something earlier I didn't catch about between blending and juicing. What's
Yes.
the difference?
Well, when you blend your vegetables, your greens, you get more fiber, you get more nutrients. When you juice them, you strip the nutrients. They're left in the container. The pulp is left in the container when you should be eating it or drinking it. Yeah, so it's better to blend them.
So it's best. I just never bought a juice. I got to return it.
Return it. Yeah, it's better to blend.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But it was just about the chunks in it, though. You know,
No,
that
it's
could
just
be
no
just-
chunks. It's no chunks. I have a Vitamix. I guess it depends on your blender, the speed of it. If you buy a more quality blender, which all blenders are really work okay, but that's what you need to do. Get a better blender, and then your juice it won't have all the pulp inside. It'll be more liquidy.
Gotcha. I got the Montel Jordan.
Oh, Montel works. Montel Jordan
Right, I
works.
put it on number 8.
Yes. No, actually, I put it on like 4 or 6 when I'm doing
4 or
it.
6, and you just chop it up real
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Add about so much water and so forth.
2 cups of coconut water or water and a handful of dandelion. And you can clean your sick body.
Dandelion. See,
Yes.
I mentioned that about that. That's good then. Well, we live right here. You doing this event? You said who else involved?
Gura.com and thehealthstore.com put on this wonderful event with Dr. Umar and Tahuti Ma'atra and Karen Cooper. That's me.
That's what's good. Well, we'll see y'all possibly tomorrow.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right, thank you. We live right here on Street Hype. You know what I'm saying? Today we have a lovely lady, I guess. Her name is Miss Rhonda. What's her last name? Leverson. And she's the listener. And what else you got there? Thought Healer, right? There. Sorry about that, man. And the Thought Healer, you know what I'm saying? And she come here today to kind of explain what she do in a sense. And what is actually Thought Healer. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Would you like to explain it to us today?
Sure. Thought healing in my personal consciousness is accepting or learning to accept the now as is, because after evolving as this self from what I've been destined to imagine my eldest ancestor could have been, evolving to this person at this time, or being at this time, my acceptance level is extreme, predestined confirmation. Every acknowledgement is exactly as should be, blinking confirmation. Being able, conscious, whatever the reason is that I get to be the one exposed to expose such a consciousness. There's a reason for that. There's a reason that after I said that you move blink over there, that laughter matters right now, that my fingers moving, that and you at this position right now. I have the gift of speaking to the ancestors, or even acknowledging above that consciousness something that is telling this being how we're going to evolve. It's
I was just making sure to me.
It's predestined. See, predestined after I said that. Predestined what you were thinking after I said that. Predestined what happened after you thought that. Predestined.
So everything you saying, moving energy, or some people call it spirits. You got all these different categories now. So you say you do channeling, and then when you channel with people, some people might call it voodoo and all that other stuff. But you saying it's a natural gift, correct? That many people may have, and they even know they don't have it in some cases.
Well,
In some cases,
it's about consciousness. Everyone is exactly where they're supposed to be. If you don't have it, you have something else. And that's why you're here. When you have nothing else, you won't wake up. You won't be here. The seconds are over for you. Predestined.
And then for those who may be listening don't understand what predestined is, can you kind of give an explanation of that?
When I'm asked to explain what I mean, or what a word that I've been destined to say, my first response usually is Google it. Because based on my consciousness, I'm going to respond. And initially, my consciousness says I can think it, I don't have to share it with you. But confirmation. If you need more dialogue, you can get it if you Google it. Confirmation. You say thanks. You see? And based on your level of consciousness, you will interpret it in a way that will evolve you somewhere, maybe not here, but it will take you somewhere.
Right. Understand. Each word, that's spoken has meaning and power.
But it's personal for each being, each word.
I feel you, man. Yeah, I understand. Because even the definition, you might have a word with 5 different definitions, but which one fits you the best for what your situation is?
You see?
I understand that. Okay. And then what else do you do? You say you don't just do readings, but what else do you do?
I show up.
Okay.
Every being represents one of these circles on this map. And without one of them, the map would not be complete. And if you acknowledge that there is a infinite creator of the map and all of the circles and all of the outside of the circles, because without the outside, there will be no circles, then all that is happening right now is exactly as it should be. And if you are from the greatest group that was here first, you know that. So nothing is wrong. There is nothing wrong with your people. You simply don't speak everybody's language. See, you don't know what all those things mean when you see a group of them, so you judge what you don't understand. Predestined, though, just a part of the story. And in the middle, who cares about the middle? You can't wait to see the end. But you're fighting like you're going to be a part of it. You're not going to be. You won't be necessary then. You still don't accept now. What would you be necessary for later?